God dang it, I'm 22. Oh, I'm dead.
I got a crying baby. Getting off here anyways. You guys have fun with your race and good luck to everybody tonight. We'll catch you guys Friday? Possibly. We're doing anything? Running anything? Alright. Have fun, y'all.
Only Valentine's Day, so there's nothing big going on.
No.
Nah.
He's already got a baby. He's good. He don't have to do any
yeah.
more Valentines.
Yep.
That's how he got in this mess.
That's right. We'll see you later.
Toodles.
Yep.
Good luck, sir.
Good luck.
Come on. Try fucking harder.
Oh my god. That looks so painful, Travis.
All right, welcome in, race fans. This is Jason with First Gear Network, coming to you live from New Hampshire Motor Speedway, round 11 of the IndyCar series. Next to last week. Season's getting close to wrapping up. Following the current fastest car in practice, 46, Edwin James. You can see the times on the left-hand side of the screen. I'll pull up the best lap time so far for each driver. So we've got 10 cars in the session for tonight's race. 10 cars, all 10 cars have made a lap time. Looking to have a good one tonight here at New Hampshire. Flat track, similar to Milwaukee Mile. It's a mile in length itself. Corners get tight. These cars can get uneasy. You can see Edwin using a little bit higher lane than 3 and 4 currently, just trying to a little bit of banking there, not a lot. Wider turn helps you give a little bit more turning radius, helps the car turn a little bit when you try to get down on that lower lanes where it's super flat, no banking. Little none there in the bottom line, bottom 2 lines really. And it's really hard to get the car to rotate and turn there. So we're going to see mixture of different lines from all of our cars. Here's Edwin taking it all the way down to the paint in the center of 1 and 2. See if that helps his time here. As saw the 60 of Hambrick wrecked out of 2. Well, we should have a good one tonight. We're going to have live audio from the race chat. We're going to have that playing, so hopefully the boys are good. Don't cause no trouble. And I've also got comms into the lobby as well, so we'll see how everybody acts tonight. Check in here with P2. Trevor Benz in the 33 is on track tonight. Last time he was flat track like this was at the Milwaukee Mile. He was leading the son of a gun and wrecked under caution while leading. He was watching the broadcast, paying attention to me. So hopefully he doesn't do that again this week. Third on the board is the 60 of Jonathan Hambrick. Driving a loose car. There it is again, right in front of, who was that? Oh, who did he chew up there? I didn't even tell who that was. There's Nate Fields, P4 in the boards currently. 23.13 is his best lap time. And Sheridan, P5. He's run a 23.15, so father and son pretty equal there on lap times. Corey Kobe's on pit road currently. See if we can get a camera shot. There we go. 86. He's P6. 23.30 for his best lap time. Looks like we had a couple drivers come in now.
I was trying to get out of there.
Joseph Klein cruising around in the HendrickCars.com number 14 with no front nose and left front wheel not wanting to hang out anymore. It's checked out. He's currently P7. Samuel Carter giving IndyCar a shot. Just bought the car today. The 97, going to give it a run here. U.S. Navy number 97, looking good. There's the number 6, Josh Peterson. He's off work tonight. He gets to play and race with us tonight. Good to have Josh on track. And then P10 currently, he's going to be Mark Owlett in the 80. And then Ryan Hyatt and Corey Crandall have joined in. And, okay, Corey's coming out on track now in the 35. Give everybody a good cheer in here. Make sure everybody's doing all right. Good evening, drivers. Hope y'all are doing good this evening. Welcome to New Hampshire for 200 laps of craziness. Or my radio's not working because I put the wrong wheel on. Yep, sure did. Let me fix that real quick. Each wheel has different buttons. There we go. Now we're in the game. Oh, maybe. Radio check.
Check, check.
Copy, copy. Just want to make sure my radio is working. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to New Hampshire for a crazy 200 lap race tonight. Appreciate y'all joining. While we're wrapping up practice here, we got about 4 minutes left of the session. We'll go ahead and I want to pull up an updated point standings for everybody. These are our current standings right now. Nate Fields is our point leader. ahead of Corey Kobe by a total of 16 points is the gap. You can see that over here. Sheridan Wade is in third. He is 6 points behind Corey, 22 behind Nate. So really looks like this championship's going to come down to these three drivers over this next 2 weeks, tonight and next week, to wrap up the season finale. Mark Owlett currently in fourth. He is 49 points out of the points lead. I don't know, at least by the way the fields have been a little bit smaller here ending the season, so I just don't think there's enough points to gain if the guys up front have issues. But being 27 behind Sheridan doesn't mean it's totally impossible he couldn't get close, but I feel like he's kind of stuck in that P4 spot, and he's got a 16-point gap over Joseph Klein in the 14 for P4 and 5. So and then it gets a little bit tighter. Trevor Benz in 7th, or 6th, sorry. He's currently 7 points behind Joseph for 5th. Charles, I don't think has made it. I know he would check that he was going to try to make it, but he is currently in 7th in the standings. He lost 3 spots last week, missing last week's race, and he's set to lose some more here, probably 1 spot to Jonathan, as Jonathan's in for tonight's race, and that'll put Jonathan above Charles if he doesn't make it. And then Ben Summerford's not making it tonight. He's racing in the Aces race tonight. Good luck to Ben. We appreciate you. We're rooting for you. Good luck in that. And then Edwin running the part-time schedule, splitting it between me back and forth. He is currently P10 and only 16 points out of Ben. So that's most likely going to get Edwin up to 9th in the standings. And then Tommy Thompson 11th, and then it's got me registered for 12th with the 5 races I've done so far this season. I'll be back on the track next weekend to wrap up the season finale. So that is our current point standings. Just wanted to go over that with everybody here real quick. Now we got just under 2 minutes left to practice. Let me get in car real quick. It's one thing I always forget to do. Got driver light down just there we go. That looks better. As practice is under the last minute here, looks like our leader here for practice is going to be Edwin James. The 22.66 over Trevor's 22.67, so tight field there up for the top 2 spots, and Jonathan Hambrick's only a couple tenths behind. Overall now all 12 drivers have gotten a chance to make laps here to end before practice ends, so we're 1.3 second gap from 1st to 12th. All right, time for qualifying. 10-minute session, 2 laps. Best 2 laps. So let's get this started here. We'll see who's the first one to jump once the session switches over. There it goes. Let's see who's the first car out. Samuel Carter's going to go get it over with first, it looks like. First one on track. It's a good looking car. I like it. It's shiny. All right, he's taking the green flag into turn 1 on his first of 2 laps. Turn 1 and 2 looks pretty good, pretty stable. Is here coming out of turn 3 and 4. Cuts down on the exit of 4 and pushes. Woo! Got close to the wall. First lap for Samuel Carter is going to be a 23.04. Not too far behind him, we've got Edwin James on track. Looks like he might be the next one to register a time as he comes off turn 4 for his first lap. 22.95. Got to get this second lap to work. This qualifying setup real low on fuel. Only get like 5 laps of fuel. It's really light. It's bouncy. Trevor Benz a 22.78 for his first lap. Killer lap for Mr. Benz, as that puts him at the top of the board. James jumps ahead. Edwin gets in front at 22.73. Can Trevor get back ahead of him? 22.76. 3/100ths of a second between those two. Ryan Hyatt just completed his. Josh Peterson is coming out of turn 4 to complete his second lap. He's currently P6 in the 6 car. Does he improve? 23.42. Still P6 though. Joseph Klein is out on track. Also got Corey Covey. Points implications here. This race is important for him to make a charge here if he wants to get to that points lead and nip some points here on Nate Fields. He's got to have a good qualifying session, good starting position. Alright, completes his first lap, P3 at 22.93. Second lap seems to be the money lap. Let's see if he can gain a little bit of speed with the tires heated up now. Enters 3 down close to that second lane. Has to let off as he pushes up though. This lap may not be as good. It looked like he overdrove 3 just a little bit, but it is faster. 22.87, but still P3. I felt like he may have left some on the table there for Corey. Good lap. Good lap. Joseph Klein just crosses the line on his second lap for a 23.11. Puts him P5 currently. Alright, so 8 drivers have run, 4 have not yet. Again, this is a long enough session where it can get gapped out here a little bit between everybody. See if it's going to show how much time is left. There we go. How about that? 6.5 minutes left. So we get to sit and wait here for a moment. No, we get 3 cars coming out on the track. It's business. Looks like the first one to cross the line is going to be Corey Crandall. Right after him is going to be Nate Fields. And then right after him is going to be Sheridan Wade. So we're going to watch these 3 as they make their qualifying laps all together pretty much. Corey's going to be the first one to cross the stripe to finish his first lap. See where it puts him. Nate Fields is going to be next. Corey, we're in P9, slowest lap so far. P4 for Nate. Sheridan, P7. All right, here we go again. Corey, second lap, currently P11. 23.14 puts him P7. Nate Fields a 22.65. Provisional pole for Nate Fields. Sheridan Wade 22.84. Nate Fields got it done on that second lap, and that leaves us 1 car left to qualify. Jonathan Hambrick in the 60. Fast but loose in practice. Fast but loose. First lap here. Gotta let the tires get up to temp. Burn off some of that fuel, get a little bit lighter, play with the weight jacker, change how it feels, tighten the car up, loosen it up based off of what you're feeling. Get a good run off of 4. That's usually the best way to start this lap too. Alright, second lap. His first lap puts him P6. Great lap, 22.98 for Jonathan. Heck of a first lap. Push him wide. Oh, into the wall! And that's going to end it. He's not going to get a second lap with that contact. He was pushing. He was giving it all he had, and just got into the wall there. So that is going to wrap this session up. Let me make sure my radio's still working. Everybody's so quiet. All right. Jonathan, this isn't Bristol. The wall doesn't help you turn in these cars.
I could try it.
Ryan, you would try anything.
Hey, Jason.
Yes, Mr. Benz.
Hey, where do we enter pits at? Like 3, or can we enter on 4?
You can enter on 4 here. I believe there is no requirement to use the access. It is an option, but just make sure you're calling your pit out early so that way drivers can run the second or third line.
All right, thank you.
I guess we'll go check that camera real quick. Oh, it won't let me. Of course it won't.
I heard you, but barely.
Mike, check.
Check received.
Okay.
HIV possible. I can barely hear you.
Hey, that was a check received, but it bounced because it was still kind of quiet.
You gotta turn down your engine noise.
Your check bounced like Mahomes bounced.
Frick. Yeah, I feel you there, Jonathan. Pushing hard on that second lap, trying to get all of it. Just a little bit too much of that outside wall. All right, so we got a minute and a half left here. We're going to pop up the national anthem. All right. Appreciate everybody's support. The national anthem. Wishing all the drivers good luck tonight. Clean racing. Hope everybody makes it to the end. Everybody makes it home safely. Good luck, drivers. All right. Pace car is on track. Waiting to see who's the first one to get on. There we go. Now we can follow with Sheridan. There's Edwin on the front row. There's Nate. And then while we're waiting for everybody else to grid up, Here is tonight's grid. Everybody fits on one page. Nate Fields with the pole for tonight. Edwin James starting on the outside of the front row. Trevor Benz and Sheridan Wade on row 2. Corey Covey and Jonathan Hambrick on row 3. Samuel Carter and Joseph Klein will start side by side on row 4. Corey Crandall and Ryan Hyatt on row 5. And Mark Owlett and Josh Peterson will start on row 6 for tonight's race. Get it back to laps. 200 lap race tonight, folks. It's going to be a barn burner. I can feel it. Looks like my overlays kicked me out of having a track map, so let me fix that real quick while we got a second here before we go green. Can't have that happen. Must have details. There we go. All right.
Sorry. Got picture. Step up.
Good luck, everybody. Appreciate y'all showing up tonight. Let's have a clean 200 lap race. Have some fun. Good luck. All right, out of turn 4, pace car drops down. Waiting on the flag. Green flag is out. Here we go. Nate Fields with a good jump over Edwin. Trevor gets a good run on the inside too to clear Edwin almost. Looks like he will for second place for Trevor Benz. He's even looking inside Nate there a little bit through 2. Gets behind him on the straightaway here. Looking down low again, coming into 3 and 4. They are side by side. Nate's got the top side ripping though. Trevor gets a good little side draft here, tries to get underneath him, really dives it into 1. Oh man, really putting that car to work here as he slides up in front of Nate and takes the lead. Trevor Benz is the new leader. Looks like Edwin's going to try to do the same thing after watching what Trevor did. Edwin drops down into 3, doesn't get beside Nate long enough to race side by side. See, looks like Sheridan's making an attempt here on Edwin too, so Field stringing out just a little bit, single file down the backstretch. Our top 4 have got a little bit of a gap, not a lot though, just a little bit. We'll get the gaps turned up here. There we go. Oh no, Trevor spins! Trevor spins!
Quickly, tell me what you got.
Caution is out for Trevor Benz. Let's go back and take a look at that.
Sorry, I just lost it. I don't know what the hell happened.
What the heck happened? Is that what you meant to say?
Heck.
Language.
Yep. Car just comes around on him, taking that low line. It just gave up their damage to the rear wing. Looks like iRacing May gave it back to him. Let me double check something real quick. Oh, we've got a second. Alright, so with Trevor spinning out, looks like Joseph Klein, Trevor Benz took a trip down pit road here. Not sure if Trevor is, if he got heavy repairs or if he's, there he goes. Okay, he's rolling off. Alright, lights are still on the pace car, so we're still got another lap to go by. We'll see if they turn off this time as the field comes out of turn 4. Again, Trevor spinning, drops him from 1st to 12th. Nate Fields inherits the lead off of that spin by Trevor. Edwin James 2nd, Sheridan Wade 3rd. Jonathan Hambrick 4th. He's up 2 spots. Corey Kobe 5th, that's where he started. Corey Crandall up 3 spots to 6th. And Samuel Carter 7th, that's where he started. Josh Peterson up 4 spots to 8th. Looks like Ryan Height's coming down pit road this time. Mark Owlett, P9, he's up 2 spots. And lights are off on the pace car. We are restarting this time by single file. Ryan Hyatt is coming off pit road. I can see that on the track map, so he's got to get going and not clip the, don't get a penalty on your way out, but got to catch the field or you're not going to be in line for this restart, because the field is good to go as soon as the pace car drops down. And there goes the pace car.
Ready. Green flag.
Green flag is out. Nate Fields gets a good jump on Edwin there. Oh, we got damage. We got damage. I saw something back there in the back. Looks like Mark Owlett. We're going to rewind this because it's not letting me know that he wrecked. Looks like it just gets loose. Didn't like being down on that lower line, the first line next to the apron there, and car just comes around quick. And it looks like the 6 innocent bystander of that one, just wrong place, wrong time. Catches the nose off of the 80. They both hit at the outside wall pretty hard there. That's going to be a couple. They both had to tow to pits too, so their cars were too damaged to drive back to pit road, so they'll get towed back to pit road. They both will have one fast repair to use. But that's it. We got Samuel Carter, Joseph Klein coming down pit road. See what they're doing here. Okay, looks like just fuel. 14 rolls out of his pit box. 97 should here shortly. There he goes. Woo! Kicks the lights them tires up. Tough break for the 80 and the 6 there. The 80 just, I don't know, cold tires, low line, a little bit too much throttle, not enough weight jacker. You can name a lot of things that can cause the car. That low line is treacherous when the tires are cold. There's not a lot of grip down there. It's the flattest part of the corner. And the car looked good going in, and then it just snapped. So guessing just reached the limit of the tires, and those rear tires said, okay, that's enough, and they just give out. You really don't get any indication ahead of time. There's not a lot of chance to save it in these cars. You're on the edge with grip, lap in, lap out. You help yourself by running a little bit higher lines to use a little bit of banking, but it can still get pretty hairy. So those two drivers have gone down what looks to be a couple laps here with the tow to pits, and neither one has gotten out just yet. Waiting to see if they can get out before we go green. Towing in iRacing is so inconsistent. It's usually always a lot larger time frame than what normally you'd think distance wise it would do. So it's a heck of a penalty to have to tow. Doesn't look like they're going to make it out before the cars come off pit road here, or they will. They both just exit pit road as pace cars green off. Flag. Leader's taking us to the start. Here we go. Green, green, green. Edwin gets a much better jump with Nate this time. The top 4 do. We got a car down low passing. Was that Mr. Crandall getting a pass going into turn 1? Gonna put him up to P5. Corey on Corey crime right there. And now he's on the high side. So the field is going to pass Mark here. He's going to hold up, let everybody by. Looked like Mr. Crandall was trying to make this high side work on the 60 of Jonathan Hambrick. Woo! Too high, 35. Uh-oh. I just hear the tire noises. It scares me. Man, they were running close contact. Trevor Benz already spun earlier while leading. Trying to get back to the front on the high side of Corey Crandall here. That is for 5th. Trevor's got a fast rocket ship. Oh man, there's so much carnage when you off the corner exits here. These guys are getting tight, loose tight. You feel like the cars are wanting to snap happy on them. So, got to use that higher line, let the car rotate, get it straight. Oh no, Trevor Benz again!
Caution is out.
Oh, and he hits
What
the
can we
inside
do to try and
retaining
help it
wall.
if we do get another restart?
I didn't expect this. Now he sits with more damage. Left front wing is gone. The rear wing still seems intact. The car doesn't seem to have any heavy wheel damage. But oof, it's not going to run right without that left front winglet, that's for sure. We're going to have to see how this works out for him if he had to do any type of damage repair. On the last one, if his fast repair's gone, then he's in trouble. So we'll wait to see what happens here on his pit stop. So 33, super fast tonight. We got some cars coming down pit road in front of him. Looks like the 46 is going to stop here, just getting fuel. 33's taking tires. And maybe getting a wing replacement. See how long it takes. There it is, new wing on the front. Really lucky he hasn't taken any heavy damage, but I don't know if it holds them. That could sometimes they'll fix the cosmetic and tell you you're too far beyond repair on everything else. But he's rolling, still on the lead lap. Trevor Benz, got to get that car back underneath him. Alright, so back up front now. With Edwin pitting, he relinquished 2nd place. So that's going to put Nate Fields, Sheridan Wade, 1-2. Samuel Carter, first race in an IR18 IndyCar. Bought the car today. He is up to P3. Joseph Klein, P4. Jonathan Hambrick, P5. Corey Crandall, 6th. Edwin James, 7th. Corey Kobe, 8th. Ryan Hyatt 9th, Trevor Benz 10th. Right now Josh Peterson is in 11th, 2 laps down, and Mark Owlett is in 12th, 3 laps down. And in IndyCar there is no lucky dogs or anything of that sort, no wave arounds. It is single file maintained, so lap cars can work their way up the field and under caution not have to go to the back of the line each time, but they have to drive their way up front. It's hard to do. So those guys have their work cut out for them to try to get back in this race, being multiple laps down for both drivers. All right, pace car's going to pull off. Nate's going to crawl into the box and get going. Here he goes. Good jump on Sheridan. So Nate is leading us here on lap 19 of 200. See the field in the back, definitely got some movement. Cars all the way up to the wall, Edwin and Trevor. That's not the racing line, Bubba's. Come on now. See Mark down there, underside of Corey Kobe gets by. Look a little bit forward ahead here. Looks like we've got a close battle for the lead. right on the gearbox of the 57, looking back at the 54. Like Sheridan's in attack mode. P3 in points. So Dad, we're teammates. Coming for you. Gotta make it happen. Gotta get up there and lead laps. Caution is out. Caution is out.
You can look at your temps to make sure everything
This
looks
one's
okay.
going to be the 6, it looks like, with an issue. Let's check it out going into 1. And right in about the same spot that it did to Trevor Mark. I mean, there's been multiple issues already right there in the middle exit of turn 2. Puts it nose first into the wall. He is limping that baby around.
Nice going through.
I cannot believe he was able to drive this thing back. That left front tire is just hanging on by the tether. Now it's floating in the air. It's not bouncing around now. That car is damaged heavily, so he's got to have a fast repair. The tire disappears as he gets on his pit box. I can't believe it. See if he got a fast repair here. I think he had to use it last time, so I think that's going to be terminal for the 6. Alright, so another caution. 4th caution of the race. We're only on lap 23. Small field tonight with only 12 cars starting. Can't have a lot of attrition or nobody will be left. So this is, you know, for again, remembering our top 3 in points, and I'll pull that up for reference since we have a moment here. Our top 3 in points, if it will show it. There we go. Nate, Corey, and Sheridan. This is big. Again, these 3 guys have got to make sure they stay out of trouble. Nate especially. He's got a 16-point lead. Not like he'd lose it all in one race, but there's still that chance with bonus points and such for leading a lap, most laps led, and fastest lap. So he could lose, you know, 11 plus, you know, you could lose roughly 14 points in one race. To these other drivers, so it's possible that things can still change and not be in their favor. So just something to be mindful of as we have hit the we're on lap 24. We got to get through lap 25 to be an 1/8 of the way through this race tonight. Rough start for some drivers. And it still says the 6 is on pit road. I don't know if he is out now. He might be. He just hasn't registered yet. I'll double check yet. It's not showing his car. So I'm assuming total loss for the 6. Bummer for Josh. It's always nice having him on track and racing with us when he can with his work schedule and everything. We appreciate him. Tough break for that drive tonight to only make it to lap 24. Got in a mix-up earlier, innocent bystander and an earlier caution. And then this one, car just snapped on him midway through turn 2. So pace car's back down on pit road.
Green
And
flag.
here we go. Nate Fields leads us to green again. We're right on that gearbox again. Kind of where we were earlier, taking a look here from Sheridan Wade. Side by side. Hey, Kyle. How's it going, Bubba? Nate holds Sheridan off there. Coming out of 4. Samuel's closing in on Sheridan, though, for P2. Oh, I think I saw Samuel touch the wall just a hair bit coming out of turn 2 there. Again, the lower you run, the looser this car is going to be. Yeah, Josh, I hear you, buddy. Till next time, man. Sorry it ended so short for you tonight. Appreciate you coming and running with us, man. We always enjoy having you on track. Next time you're on track, I really hope the best of luck for you, that you don't have any bad luck like that. These Indy cars are just so fragile. And this is what I get worried about when you see teammates getting close together. All it takes is just a hair of bad luck, and these teammates could ruin both of their nights, but they're staying good. They're keeping a gap here. That 54 He's got to get by the 57 if he wants to have a chance at this championship. And he's got to count on that 57 having some issues, but that's your teammate. Heck, that's your father that's leading the race, leading the points. I don't see these two taking it over the line, but they are the two fastest cars in the field currently, running first and second. We'll jump in with Sheridan here. Let's see how he's working the wheel in these corners. See the gear. He's fifth gear on the straightaway, fourth gear. You can see the car kind of wanting to kick around a little bit. He gets tight. Oh, he had to let off there. He got tight into behind the wake of Nate. Yeah, we hear you, Eagle. We know you had a good weekend. We know you showed up in the IndyCar not that long ago and laid it down on the boys on the road course, but oval might be a little different, Bubba. Maybe. Oh, good run here. What does he do with it? He drops to the inside. Is he going to force it on his teammate here? Really low. That's where the spins have happened. Oh, there it is! You can't run it low! Sheridan Wade.
Caution.
There's the
there,
yellow.
homeboy.
Okay, somebody got to it before I could. Ah. That low lane is treacherous. It has bit everybody tonight that's gotten down there and try to get back on the throttle and get that car still to rotate. You got to put too much wheel in it. Probably not enough weight jacker to really keep the car tight and snug. Doesn't like it down there tonight. A little bit of wing damage. They might be able to repair that without using a fast repair. Sheridan's going to come down, or Nate's going to come down as well here. He's going to make a stop. Sheridan stopped for his repairs. We'll have to watch him and see how this works out. If it makes him use a fast repair or anything like that, he might just get service and let it replace the wing. A lot of times wing repairs, front wings, you don't have to use a fast repair for. But that'll put where everybody's made a stop. Now that was a quick wing repair, so I'm wondering if that was a fast repair. That was a quick repair, so I think a fast repair might have got used, and that's it. I mean, each driver gets one. So top two, Samuel Carter, Joseph Klein. They both stopped on lap 9 under caution, most likely just for fuel. Still early, lap 34 at 200, long race. Checking in with the Aces race, just looking over to see if I can see Ben in the field. That looks like he's a little bit further back in the standings. I don't see his name in the overlay currently, but Ben Summerford's racing in the Flying Aces ARCA race at Daytona tonight, so good luck to Ben. We're rooting for you. So let's double check here. See if I can get a good look. Lights are off on the pace car. We will restarting this time. So teammates were first and second. One spins, gets damaged. The other one pits with him, gets serviced there at the back of the pack as everybody else stayed out here. So inverted field, sort of, kind of. A lot of our starters that started up front, kind of in the back. A couple of them, just a couple of them. I guess Trevor's made it to mid-pack to P6. Joseph Klein looking down low on Samuel, waiting
Green
for Samuel to go. There we go. Green, green, green. All right. Samuel gets a good jump here. In the lead again, first IR18 IndyCar race for him. Bought the car for tonight's event. New member joined in. raced our Daytona 500 with us this past Friday, raced in our Gen 6 Cup race with us at Bristol on Saturday. New member just coming in and getting his feet wet and everything. Really, really awesome to see that. We appreciate all the new members we've had join in here over the past few weeks. With new series getting ready to start, we got trucks starting this coming Sunday. Bull truck season, 25 races with playoffs and everything. That's going to be exciting. So we're seeing a lot of new faces jump in for that, and then jump in and race some of this other stuff with us. So it's really cool to see. We see Joseph Klein closing in here on Samuel just a little bit. This is going to be a battle here for the lead, as they've gapped the rest of the field. Now it looks like, from what I can tell, Nate Fields and Sheridan Wade did not get.
Caution is out.
Maybe an issue. Sheridan is in the wall, towing the pits. Something major happened there. I was just looking at timing.
Hanging off the back, still there, but hanging, flopping.
Let's see what happened here. Oh no!
Thanks for not running over there, just
Net code contact, it looks like, possibly. Oh. We're going to get in the car here. We'll see if he gets by him and loose. But it affects Nate's car. Yeah, it net coded. Dang it, these cars are so touchy. That's a bummer. That is a bummer to see that happen. So that changes it a little bit. Now we've had some cars down pit road. Nate Fields, Corey Crandall, Joseph Klein, Edwin James, Trevor Benz, Ryan Hyatt all come down pit road. That's going to put Corey Kobe up P2. Can't ask for much more than, like I said, it's a small field though, but Corey Kobe gotta be thinking, gotta take care of my stuff here. He's got a couple teammates in the field between the 60 and 75, and even the 97 racing with them tonight. Gotta assume they're gonna give him space and try to give him a chance to maybe make some points up on the 57. Sheridan is unfortunately out. He did use his fast repair on the last accident, so that car is totaled and done for the evening. So that is going to put a pinch on P3 in the points. Take a quick look. We're getting ready to come back to green. I just want to double check. So Sheridan's gap to Mark was 27. So right now, Mark would just gain 1 point based off where he's at on track. So it's not a huge loss back to Mark for Sheridan currently, but it takes Sheridan more points away from Corey unless Corey falls back here. So Nate Fields, though, I mean, currently running 8th and he's 1 lap down. Ryan Hyatt is 9th, 1 lap down. So we've got half the field that started almost. We had 12 cars start. We've got 7 cars, just one more than half on the lead lap. So as we're getting ready to come back to green, Samuel Carter is going to be the leader still. Craziness. We're only 40. We're getting ready to start lap 42. All right. Now it's about survival, guys. Corey Kobe looks to the inside out of 2, gets a clear pass on Samuel Carter for first. The 86 is out front leading laps. Now it's like, okay, we got to eat up points, right? Lead a lap? Check. Just did that. Lead the most laps? That's coming up next. And then who's going to have the fastest lap? Fastest lap of the race pays a point. Leading the lap pays a point. Leading the most laps pays a point. That's all towards that championship. And he's got to gobble up points on Nate. And Nate's currently in 8th. It's the furthest up he can get right now with the car, with him being a lap down as well. So Nate's hoping for a little bit more carnage. Window to maybe get by and gain a couple more spots. Corey Covey's looking for, hey, let me stay up front, lead these laps, get these points. Take care of his car, and the field is spread out. Corey and Samuel are got about a 2-second lead over Jonathan Hambrick in third, so pretty decent gap there. And then we see the lap down car to Nate Fields is behind him, so oh,
Caution.
I just saw it in the back of the.
Okay, quickly tell me what you think you had there.
I'm sorry. You already spun it when I hit you.
I didn't see who that was. Oh, it's Joseph Klein. Now it's giving me the update. Took it a minute. Let's take a look
Space
back
car
here.
back at church.
Down low, turn 2. Oh, he was sideways and then contact with Trevor. So got loose again. It looks like there. That corner has been just vicious for everybody tonight. Let me switch to another camera. We've been able to see some pretty good views from here. So we'll slow it down here a little bit. We see the 14 starts kicking sideways here. He's drifting. And that car just comes around in front of Trevor. Trevor tries to stay to the right of him, but there's just a slight bit of contact with his left front neck cone maybe into the rear of the 14. The 14's already spun at that point. What's done is done. He locks him up, keeps it off the wall. I'd probably have to come down and get a change of underwear and a fresh set of tires maybe. So that'll put Trevor Benz and Joseph Klein on pit road this time by.
How much is too much brake factor?
That low line in 1 and 2 is playing evil with everybody.
It'll work one lap, and the next lap is totally different.
Team tactics, I hear you. I figure as much. Honorary added the 97 in on the team there, Scarecrows. Yep, Rocky Top Racing 1, 2, 3 says. Well, lights are off the top of the pace car. We're almost to the quarter mark of this race. Been racing for a half an hour. A lot of eye pacing here with just attrition, spins, issues after issues. Still have 7 cars on the lead lap. Joseph Klein got his car repaired and is still on the lead lap. See what happens here on this restart. Corey Covey in position to gain some points in the championship to make it even closer in the next week's event. To close out this championship season. Pace car is about to turn down. Corey Covey is going to lead us to green.
Green flag, green flag.
There he goes. We are back to green again. Starting lap 49 of 200. These guys getting down on this low side is scaring me. Every time I see a car down there, it's scaring me. Certainly when you're behind another car, I don't know if that's tightening the car up to help it or if it makes it where you got to turn more and it spins out. So you got to be on the watch for that here tonight. We see Corey Covey, Samuel Carter, Jonathan Hambrick, 1, 2, 3. Edwin James 4th, Corey Crandall 5th. There's Edwin. And again, Nate Fields is in between Jonathan and Edwin currently on track. Nate's 1 lap down. The closer he gets to the front, he's in front of the leader. Come a caution, get him back on the lead lap. If he's in front of the whole field after caution, everybody pits in front of him. He can get a wave around and get back on the lead lap. So a couple ways he can race his way back up there, but he's got to get by this 60. It's not looking too easy right now. If we look a little bit further back, see Ryan Hyatt get underneath Corey Crandall. Ryan Hyatt is a lap down as well currently. Ooh, they're close racing. Close racing. Trying to keep it down low, but that's that trouble corner there in turn 2. Starting to wonder if the wind, the weather has a little bit to do with that as well. You see Trevor right behind Corey up high, then coming back down low behind him. He's up high on Corey. Coming down the front stretch into turn 1. Gets position on Corey and gets by him. But Trevor P5, Corey P6. Corey Crandall, that is. It's the other Corey, Corey Kobe, is P1. Got a half a second lead over Samuel Carter, and then they have a 3-second lead over Jonathan Hambrick, who is kind of just falling back here, but he's in the clutches of Nate Fields, Edwin James, Ryan Hyatt, Trevor Benz. They're all kind of in line right behind him here. Three and a half seconds, almost 4-second gap between Corey and Jonathan now, between first and third. That gap is ever widening. I'm just checking the board. Looks like best lap time so far goes to Corey Kobe, a 22.74. That is the fastest lap time of the race, so that is a bonus point coming for him if that stays that way. Edwin's gotten by Nate, so is Trevor here. Looks like Nate's kind of relinquished, said, okay, you guys go up there and see if you can get by that 60. Doesn't want to get in the way of the lead lap cars. He was really putting a valiant effort trying to get by the 60 so he could try to catch the front 2 cars and try to get himself back on the lead lap. The way these cars are in the dirty air, looks like Edwin jumps down below. They are side by side. He is almost clear of the 60. Oh, they come out turn 4. 60's got the run. This is what was happening early. He's protecting that high side, and that's the line where you get a great corner exit. It's hard to pass on the low side. Edwin jumps back up behind Jonathan in front of Trevor. Here we go. Edwin looks higher than Jonathan. He says, let me see about that. They doesn't really gain anything through the corner, but gets a better run on corner exit with the draft. Jumps down low, looking low, low, low. Be careful down there, brother. It is sketchy. Woo, Jonathan almost touched the wall. If he didn't, it was damn close. That 60 is 5.2 seconds back of the lead. Holding these guys up a little bit, it looks like. You've got a field of 3 cars trying to work by him here, and they just can't. See that gap just clearing out further and further ahead of him. 46 is right up on the bumper of the 60. Falls back a little bit on corner exit, then uses the draft, kind of get pulled back in down at the end of the straightaway, but still just can't really make a run happen right now. That 60's running that higher line. It's what you would almost call the preferred line. It's what it's shown to be, because that bottom has been so treacherous tonight, especially in turn 2. You got to take care of them tires. Don't let them get too hot trying to race too hard. But as they've been doing this, Jonathan is holding about 5.7 second gap up to Corey Kobe from Jonathan's position currently. So that gap has gotten larger. Jonathan is about 4.2, 4.3 seconds behind Samuel Carter in second. Oh! Ryan Hyatt gets her loose. Out of 2, saves it. Was able to keep her straight. Nice save, Ryan. Alright, Edwin's right on the back bumper of that 60. Just can't get the run now, so what does he do? What do you change here? He tries to go low again. Just can't dive it in there. Don't want to go tire to tire at this track. He's down low on that second groove. He comes out side by side. Jonathan wiggles a little bit on corner exit. Edwin might have to dive it in here to clear him. He can't. It's almost clear. He's trying to get a nose out in front. He does on corner exit, but then they both kind of break even there. He is so close. Car's pushing up. He's trying. He doesn't want to slide up and hit him though. Good side-by-side racing, but with these cars, it is so treacherous. And now you got Trevor closing in behind the 60. Edwin's got to be careful here that his attempt doesn't make him drop another spot, as he has got Trevor to his outside as well now. Trying to work that low side. Those tires are getting a workout down there, though. Oh, no! Oh! They touched.
Caution, sorry, caution.
Just the slightest of contact. Just the slightest of contact with these cars. It doesn't take much. And it's netcode contact at that, and it literally wrecked Jonathan's right front tire before he hit the wall. Like, he never actually hit it. I don't like that netcode. I hate that. Like, literally, there's the contact in netcode, and then it immediately damages the right front of the 60. And just they get stuck together at that point. And just along for the ride. Such a bummer. So now pit stops happen. Whew, and the 60 towed the pits, it looks like, because his car was just gone. I'll let you guys know I don't like that netcode that takes this racing in IndyCars really to the edge, because it doesn't take much to damage these cars, and netcode is just a bummer, because you want to race, you want to battle, you don't want to make contact, but when you can't even get within, a foot of another car without worrying about that bubble, it makes it so hard to have close racing in these cars. So now we see, right now the 33 is currently the leader. Trevor has inherited the lead. He did not stop on this round of pit stops. We're on our 8th caution. It's lap 71, just starting now out of 200. We still currently have. We currently have 5 cars on the lead lap. The lap down cars are still Nate Fields and Ryan Hyatt. 1 lap down, it's like Edwin James and Jonathan Hambrick are still on pit road. So is Mark. Not sure what's going on with Mark. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going to restart here on lap 72. And we are down to 5 cars on the lead lap.
Green flag.
And green is out. Trevor gets a jump here. Second car in line, I believe, is Nate Fields. So he's got to get in front of Trevor and have a yellow come out, and he's back in this. You really needed Trevor to pit on that last caution just now, and he would have got the wave around, but no luck that time. Joseph Klein is currently P2. Corey Kobe, after a fresh pit stop, P3. Samuel Carter, P4. Corey Crandall, P5. Those are your top 5, the only 5 cars on the lead lap. Looks like Samuel Carter had a scary moment coming off of turn 2 there. And now he's down low, not where you want to be. All right, gets back straight. He's good. Trevor Benz leading, pulling away. 1.8 second gap over Joseph Klein. This is going to be a race of attrition. You can see that with the initial cautions early on in the race. It is affecting so many cars with how the track, the grip level was, how sketchy turn 2 has been. And these guys only get 4 sets of tires to use throughout the race. They start with a set and 3 sets in the pits. So got to time this out right. Got to take care of the tires. Got to take care of the car. Got to understand as that fuel load gets lower, the weight gets less on the car, and you got to play with that weight jacker and keep up with it. So field is super spread out now. The 60 is kind of on the same straightaway as the 33. He's into turn 1 and 2 right now. Again, he's back on track currently in 8th. That puts him 2 laps down. Edwin James still on pit road. Mark Owlett, both of those cars are just timed out, so it just hasn't changed them to out. They haven't left the lobby. They're still in the lobby, but their cars are most likely done. So that leaves us 8 cars left in the race, essentially, with the 60 of Jonathan Hamrick 2 laps down. Ryan Hyatt and Nate Fields are 1 lap down, and then our top 5 are on the lead lap. And it looks like the gingerbread man himself has just joined the booth. Edwin, you got a copy?
Yes, I do, sir.
All right, man. I know it's not the way you wanted the race to go tonight. Tell us what happened there. It looked to us, from my camera shot, we had some net code happen that really just kind of ruined both your and the 60s races there.
Yeah, it's hard to pass. Kept getting a run on the inside, and looks like we made contact coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, that was tough. It net coded you about 6 inches apart, and when it did, it net coded his right front wheel. It broke it without him being close to the wall. He was not into the wall, and it just totally took his right front wheel off the car. We got a caution. Ooh, what happened here? 35, Corey Crandall has an issue. Don't tell me turn 2. Ryan Hyatt is right next to him. They're side by side entering 1, and Hyatt slides up just a little bit. Hard into the outside wall is the 35, and his car catches air on all 4 tires. Lands back down on all 4 tires, though.
We got to catch the pace car.
But that car is dragging. I think he had to tow. Yep, just got the update. He had to tow back to pits. So that's another lead lap car affected.
Entering turn 3 now.
4 cars, that's it.
Yep, that's a product of this track. It's very, very tight there. You think there's plenty of space with it being 5 lanes wide. There's really only 1.5 grooves that you can race in.
All right, Trevor just did the unthinkable, and he is pitting from the lead. And that's going to give Nate Fields the wave around and back on the lead lap at the end of this caution. So that'll give us 5 cars back on the lead lap. 6, because Ryan Hyatt's right behind him, isn't he? Oh, no, Ryan's behind Corey. So just Nate Fields will get back on the lead lap here when we get to 1 to go. So that's a big boost for him, because this was looking to be like a points night for Corey Kobe, but then all these other cars start dropping out, and then the points gap keeps closing as Nate kept moving up the pack, but he couldn't go any further because he was a lap down. This puts him back on the lead lap, so still got a lot of laps left. We're coming to 118 to go.
Yeah, we're not even halfway.
I expected this track to play tough. I kind of did not expect to see turn 2 be such a hindrance down low in that second line tonight. I don't know if that was maybe a combination of the lower banking and then maybe the wind in that corner.
Yes, the wind. I did a test session earlier, and the wind was the only thing I could think of, because I could not drive turn 2 like you can turn 4. Turn 4, you can dig the car and get it about middle of the track and get a good run off. You cannot do that in turn 2.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
The car wants to push up. Even I tried loosening the car, I tried tightening the car up, and it still wants to push.
congratulations goes to Nate Fields. He worked hard here and got himself back on the lead lap, and at the same time, top 5. After how this race started for him with the incident with him and Sheridan, he still, as our points leader, is in a great position for this race. So
He's hard to pass. I had to work him hard for it.
Yep.
There he goes. Oh, actually, I'm on replay. Let me get on the live portion here. There we go.
Right.
We're live
Pace
now.
car lights are off on the pace car. He's about to pull down to the pit road, and Joseph Klein is going to lead us back to green on this restart.
Green flag.
There he goes. HendrickCars.com leading the pack with Corey Kobe, a hungry Corey Kobe. Knowing that he's got to get out front and lead the most laps to gain another point. He's got to close this gap on Nate, and Nate getting back on the lead lap has put the pressure on him to make something happen. Nate can kind of ride easy now. He doesn't have to push and get up there to these guys. He's 5th. He's not way back. It's not like we got a field at 20 and he's back in 16th. He's 5th.
A lot of these guys got at least 2 more pit stops.
Corey gets tight out of 2 there. He's got Ryan High right behind him. That's a teammate though, so I don't see any pressure coming from Ryan other than that he wants to get back on the lead lap too. So he may try to, yep, Corey drops down, lets Ryan go, says go get him, go get your lap back.
I'm watching Trevor Benz battling with Samuel Carter, the rookie.
Samuel's really showed up tonight. He was really
Yes,
worried
he
about
has.
how this car and his just purchasing it tonight. And oh no, let me say something.
We have
No!
commentator's curse.
I did it again, but he locks it down. He keeps it from spinning.
Caution,
No
caution.
damage.
Talk to me, good footing up.
Oof. All right.
Good save.
Heck of a save. Way to lock it down and keep it off the wall. And of course, as soon as I had to say something, gosh darn it. Well, that happens. Looks like the field's in turn 1 trying to catch the pace car here.
Yeah, Mark Ouellette had to retire. He was experiencing rendering issues. Said his screen was fuzzy and giving him a headache.
Really? Wow.
Yep, he doesn't know what was going on.
That is a bummer to hear.
He's going to get a top 10 out of it, though.
He is. But it keeps him in. It keeps him in currently really in 4th. I'm gonna pull the points back up here. We've got Sim Racer Hub live on tonight's stream, so we're gonna pull it back up here. And this gives me a quick check on the points. So Joseph is 16 points behind Mark. So if Joseph has a really good race, he can nip a lot of that here tonight. Like currently in the lead, that's 9 points. 9 out of that 16 is nipped, so that gives Joseph still a chance to get that 4th place in standings. So Mark's going to lose a little bit here, but I think no matter what happens, he's obviously still going to be 4th in points when we go to the final race next week. So that's where it's going to come down. I think for 4th and 5th between Mark and Joseph is going to come down to next week. Sheridan is going to most likely hover in 3rd and be 3rd pretty much just by himself. I don't think anybody get to him. I don't think they'll be able to make a change. But then it's between Corey and Nate right now, where they started this race 16 points apart. Kobe's led some laps. Nate's led some laps. Corey has the fastest lap currently. I'm double checking that as I look just to make sure nobody's throwing up a burner. But yes, Corey still has the fastest lap at a 22.74. Trevor has a 22.76. Nate has a 22.85. So yeah, right now Corey has a bonus point coming his way there currently. Still a lot of laps to run, so I think the points championship, it's a make or break right here. I mean, it really relies on Nate Fields being in the top 5, only 5 cars on the lead lap. Don't make a mistake. Don't get caught up in somebody else's mistake, and you can go to the season finale with a somewhat comfortable points lead. But I guess we'll just see how the rest of this 110 laps goes, because we're about to restart here with 110 laps to go.
Yeah, it's been very eventful. We're not even halfway.
10 cautions in 90 laps. So that's a rough number. We've had a bad string of cautions the past 4 nights in first gear racing. So good thing on Wednesday night there will be 0 cautions. We can break that streak.
Or is there?
Oh, quiet down over there. Back green, here we go. Joseph Klein with Ryan Hyatt right behind him. Ryan's trying to get back on the lead lap. Ryan's going to drive hard here. Ryan is running that second line. He gets beside Joseph. I don't know if Joseph really wants to battle him too hard here. It's just a lap car trying to get his lap back. He does get clear.
Let him go and preserve the lead.
Okay, yep, good move. I like that move. Let him dive in deep, get back behind him.
Now like the 86 is laying over for the 60.
Yep, and the 60 is currently 2 laps down. So now this is the goal to get the 60, trying to get as many cars as they can back on the lead lap, because that's what Rocky Top needs. Have more cars on the lead lap to fill that gap between the 86 and the 57. Right now, that Ryan getting back there in front, that puts 6 cars currently on the lead lap, and Jonathan is driving hard. Looks to the outside, no room. Oh, he looks really hard on the outside here, but
Trevor Benz just got his way up to second.
Joseph with a great corner low on 3 and 4. Jonathan has to cross him over and go low here. This is where it bit him earlier. He's down on the low line in the center, but he clears him. All right, that's 1 lap back for Jonathan. He's got 1 more to go, so he's begging for more cautions, but there's not a lot of cars left in the field to give you more cautions.
You gotta be careful. You don't want to be the caution that you need.
Hunting him. The 33 has been fast all night. 33 looks to the outside, but gets his dirty air from the 60. What's going to happen here? Ooh, just enough room for the 14 to come back up. He's on the outside of the 14.
Nice move from Trevor, but is it going to stick?
They're both driving hard here on corner exit. Ooh, close, so close. And he's about clear. There it is.
Team leader to the lead.
33. Corey Kobe says, hey, I got to get up here and lead some laps, so what do I got to do? So he's right on the rear bumper. Wing, I guess, not bumper. Wing of the 14.
They could use some bumpers.
They could. We need some house go-kart bumpers for these cars, I'm telling you. You can put a blanket. Oh, Corey into the wall.
86.
Not what you want to see there from our number 2 in points. And he's trying
and the 60 just took his teammate out.
Oh, Trevor locked it up hard.
Oh, my.
Trevor locked it up hard. I think he may have prevented himself from some heavy damage here. We're going to go back with the 75 here. We're going to slow-mo this. We're actually at the end of the backstretch, or the beginning of the backstretch, so let's full play it. 60 looks down. Netcode again. Netcode, my friends. 75 came down just a little bit early in corner entry, trying to run that middle, and that's where the 60 was sliding up, and Netcode, they weren't even touching. Spins the 75, and I'm going to slow it down here. I think Trevor locked up just enough. I mean, heck of a lockup by Trevor, and he doesn't hit the wall. He lets off the brakes just in time. Oh, but that was Corey Crandall taking out the front nose of the 75.
Oh, Corey,
Heavy
yeah, Corey
damage.
has damage. He's on pit road right now.
Heavy damage.
The Milwaukee race winner. I wonder if he's got a fast repair left over.
Don't.
Because he had that contact earlier with the 75.
I don't think he does.
We're going to see in a second here if that car gets repaired. I'm watching it from the blimp cam.
He didn't tow, so...
He's got a new tire and a new front wing, so he may be in business still.
He's letting him fix the wing, because he didn't tow, so he's been on pit road here for a second. 25 seconds.
Time, yep.
So he's letting them fix it. They're trying to fix it. He didn't get it's done. There he goes. Is he rolling? Or was it tricking on me? Nope, he's not rolling yet.
I think it's pricking on you. He's still sitting on my screen.
Pace car in the field's getting ready to cross start-finish line. I don't think he's going to get out in time. Yep. All right, so trouble for Corey Crandall. That's going to put him a couple laps down here. That does end the night for Ryan Hyatt. P8 is where he's going to land. Teammates collide. Nobody's safe. I'll tell you that much.
Not at this track.
Did Nate Fields come down this yellow?
He went down the last yellow.
One. That's right. I
Yes.
see it now. He did it the last one. Okay.
So he is looking good right now. Lap 88 pit stop.
So this is your field right now. We've got Trevor Benz, Joseph Klein, Corey Kobe, Samuel Carter, Nate Fields, 1 through 5. They're on the lead lap. You have Jonathan Hambrick, who was involved in this last caution. Back behind them, he is 1 lap down. He was in front of that spin. He was in front of the leader when the spin happened, so he still did get a lap back. But it was at the cost of the 75 getting knocked out of the race.
Good restart for Trevor there.
Restart here. Great gap. Running that higher line. Just got to make sure it rotates on corner exit. Don't want to hit that wall. Drives the middle to the 4th lane in turn 3. Stays up there for turn 4. Woo! Close to the wall on exit. Go to TV3 and kind of watch this from further out to see the runs that these guys are getting on each other. Close call for the 86 there. Jump on the gearbox of Trevor Benz. As we see the 14 dive down below, trying to get that run, but it's so hard to pass. Like you were saying, that low line, we were watching you forever trying to make passes on that low line on the 60 earlier, and it was just so hard to get it to stick and not get too close to each other.
Yeah, the 14, he's going to be excited if he can pull this one into victory lane today. He just announced his retirement from the Army, and he's looking to start fresh.
Congratulations.
He can do that by picking up this victory here at New Hampshire today.
Absolutely. And he's been good on flat tracks. I mean, he did win the Indy race this season, okay?
And he was good at Milwaukee.
Yes.
He and I battled for a long time.
Yep. He's got these flat tracks figured out. We're still just passing by the pit road there. I noticed the 35 on the track map still on pit road. Most likely done for the night.
95 to go. We're past halfway.
Hallelujah.
94 as Trevor goes across the stripe.
I'm wondering if it's just that hard for Corey, if he's not trying to overdrive the car, or he's not wanting to because there's just no reason in pushing it. I figured with the points gap the way that is, I feel like he'd be trying to at least make a move on Joseph, trying to get past Trevor. Maybe he can't. Maybe the tire difference right now is too much. Or strategy's just playing where he's just trying to make sure he makes it to the end and doesn't lose points to the 57 tonight.
Yeah, I believe the 86 is playing the fuel number game.
I can see that. He's done that before. That's a very high possibility. Do you recall what a full tank of gas here was averaging?
65 laps.
Okay. We'll pull up our pit strategy box here. I'll have to turn off the sponsor slide just so we can see it here for a moment. So all of our strategy for our top 8, I guess we can limit that to show the top 6 now because we only have 6 cars racing. So
Joseph making a move under Trevor. No dice.
heck of a battle they're having though. And this is one of those things where I don't know either of them. I mean, I felt like if I was in the lead, if I'm not pulling away, I don't want the chance of somebody having to dive below me every corner and waiting for that net code to arrive. Because it's
Yep.
not like it's intentional when it happens. It's just bad timing and the netcode bubble taking over. So I don't know if I was Trevor, I might just lean it back a little bit, let the 14 see what he's got, and ride behind him for a little bit. Joseph Klein hasn't been on pit road since lap 46 from what I'm seeing here. Trevor's
Well,
on
with all
pit
the
road on lap
cautions.
81. Corey Kobe was last on pit road at 69, same as Samuel Carter. Nate Fields on 88.
40, 50, 60 at this point. 60 lap old tires. It's really good for Joseph Klein.
A lot of pace laps though. That's
Yes.
like you were saying. A lot of yellows in that gap, but he's still holding strong. Oh, there he goes to the inside. He's almost got him clear.
I have it.
Oh, side by side.
Trevor right to the wall.
What a battle. Trevor's got that high side working. He's
boys,
Oh!
easy.
That was
Whew.
close. That was
Your
close.
right ring's gone. No, it came back. You all good?
Yep, that scared me a little bit.
He got his sound when we're racing.
14
he goes
has
full
got the
robot.
speakers loud and proud,
Yeah.
boy.
Oh!
That
Where's
is
the yellow?
Nate Fields in the wall.
Caution. Save.
There it is.
Save.
Wow.
Nate Fields destroyed on that pit exit wall there. That's might do him in.
They just gave me an update way after that. Like, how did this happen to where there was no notification, no yellow? Like, he was on the racing surface. Oh, he got loose all by himself, all the way to the outside wall, locked it up, facing the wrong way. Goes to turn the
went
car
underneath.
down, and it doesn't turn enough. And he gets on the apron, and the right rear's hanging out here as these guys came by.
I tried that in testing, and I had
He
the
backs
exact
it
same
up.
thing happen.
And there's where the yellow came out. He backed up on the track just far enough to where it triggered the yellow. And he is driving around with that nose broken, that left front tire bobbling.
That's not easy to do.
He's going to pull down the pit road, and they're going to tell him that it's done. There's no fixing that without a fast repair, and I know his is gone. Because that wreck he had with Sheridan that put him a lap down, that was towing and getting a fast repair. He does not. There's no way he has one left. Doesn't hurt as bad as it could have, but he's not gaining points on second place in the championship right now. He is giving up a little bit. So those of you at home wanted some drama for this championship series finale next week. You're getting it.
Well, that's what happens when you catch the gingerbread man and steal pole from him in qualifying.
Ah!
No, tough luck for Nate there.
Yeah, that's a tough break. He had worked his way back on the lead lap, done everything he needed to be in position to have that top 5 and be on track for it. And now it looks like, other than it says Corey Crandall's back on track, if I'm seeing that right. Or no?
Or he's going to try to pick up that 6th position.
He's coming down pit road. So yeah, he's back on track, 20 laps down. If Nate can't continue, which I assume he can't, Corey's just
the way
gotta
this
make
race
about
is
20
going,
laps and gain another
20,
spot here.
20 laps down, you can come back and win.
Boy, everybody
think the
uses their
60
stuff up. I can't believe that 35 is back on track. I couldn't believe it when I looked over and I saw that it showed him 20 laps down and not out. So Corey just rolled through pit
60 is
road
back
there.
on the lead lap.
Is he really?
Yes, he is.
He had to stay out
60
for
with
that,
his,
though.
with his netcode bumper bars out there.
Did everybody else pit there? Looks like it. Yep. Okay. So
Yep.
the 60 most likely wouldn't have been able to. I don't see his name on the list. So we'll get an update here on my pit stop strategy here in a second in the bottom right hand corner, folks. It'll update the laps for these guys. So we
Green
go back to
flag, green
green.
flag.
Restart on lap 118. Trevor Benz ahead of Corey Kobe now. Pit stop's happening. Corey gets second over Joseph. See if that 86 is ready to push for that lead yet. And Jonathan Hambrick gets by Corey in the back there. Corey Crandall gets by him on track. Not for position, but he's back on the lead lap, so that's an opportunity for the 60 to race for this win. All right. We're at 82 laps to go here, folks. We're finally on the back end of this race. It's been going on for an hour and 9 minutes. This is longer than most. The cautions we've had has really slowed this race down. Field has dwindled from 12 cars down to 6. So Nate Field's still on pit road sitting in his car. He hasn't exited his car yet, so maybe he's hoping that they didn't tell him it was totaled. He can come out and battle Corey Crandall 20 laps down for 5th or 6th and 7th. Right now, Trevor's pulled out about a 0.7 of a second lead and stretching it. He's back in corner entry up, and he's getting a good drive off on corner exit.
To me, that was key to this track, was getting on the gas in the center of the corner. The more you can back that up, the better the run is out of the corner, especially in 3 and 4.
He's doing a 10th every corner. He gives up a 0.5 tenth and then makes it up and is a 1/10 and a half faster on corner exit. And the gap just keeps growing. Right now, the way that they're racing and the way these lap times have come down, how about this? The fastest lap of the race, Corey Kobe had it. Trevor Benz took it at a 22.72, and then Joseph Klein said, "Hold my beer," 22.69, and then Jonathan Hambrick said, "Hold my beer," and ran a 22.51.
They need to start drinking their beer.
We need Kyle Heath in here giving beer drinking lessons during racing.
Kyle would have a 4-second lead by now.
Yep, one-handed.
And continue to hold his beer.
Yep. We're seeing Jonathan Hambrick coming through the field here. We're going to go back to him right now currently as he is closing in on Joseph Klein for 3rd. This man was 2 laps down not that long ago.
Hitting that lap 115. They're going to have to pit again around 175, 180.
And Hambrick hasn't pitted since lap 68 still because he took those waiver rounds. So
he is definitely going to owe us a pit stop then for sure.
Yeah.
I don't. Without cautions.
That was a close pinch there, but he gets by Joseph on the outside of turn 4. They were right side by side. Maybe even scraped the wall. Oh no, Joseph gets uneasy. Oh, he's trying to save it. He does, but he's well off the pace, but he does save it from spinning out. That's the first time I've seen a turn 2 save. Nate Field's still on pit road, just checking in on him. That car not being repaired.
Yeah, I definitely think we need to go through and create turn 2's greatest hits. We've got plenty of turn 2 issues this year. Texas,
Man, we
Indy.
need a guy to do that for us because that is a full-time job with how many turn 2s. Even on road courses, turn 2s have bit us. Like, that is a full season worth of work right there. But it's crazy. So here we go. The 60, still on these older tires. Now, he's lighter on fuel. So that's probably why he's a little bit faster.
And that will make you faster, definitely.
And that's probably why the 14 was so fast earlier, was that in that run with Trevor, is that he had lighter load on fuel. But the 60 is on the outside of the 86, battling for second. The 60 just took second place from Corey Cope. He's 2 laps down earlier. After the melee of netcode and nastiness with you. And here he is, P2. Surviving.
Good for him.
Surviving. Doing what he can. And now we're at a 2-second gap between him and Trevor. And that gap currently is shrinking. So the 60 is running faster lap times than 33. We'll keep an eye on that. As we're watching the pit, just checking over the pits and trying to figure out from 68. And we're at 130. So that is 62 laps since his last stop, 63 now. And let's say half of that was caution. So maybe he has another 20 laps.
That's what I'm guessing. He's got to have. It's going to be soon. These laps are ticking away quick.
I think
We're
he's
at
going to have to
130
pit
now.
before 150. I think there's no way he can get to anything over 150-ish.
And with 6 cars, this has got the feel of a green flag run now.
It does until somebody gets loose. I feel like turn 2's not done yet. You don't even have to be trying if that wind's that bad and that grip is that bad, because you can even tell the track, the sun's not out fully bright right now. It has gotten shade. That
Yep,
track
it is
is
shade all the way
cool.
around. There's flags outside of turn 4 if you ever get a shot of them. Shows how hard the wind is blowing. They are ripping in the wind.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I see him. Alright, so that gap is kind of marginalized to 1.8 seconds between 33 and the 60. The 60 is pulled away from the 86 by about a second.
Yep, I think the 86 is in full fuel save mode. He's going to try to stretch this thing to the end.
Boy, that's a tough call to put that on the car to save that much. If we go green, you know.
Yep.
85, 86
if I had
laps.
to guess, if he's running super low fuel save, probably make it to 10 to go. But if everybody else decides to pit before him, he may be able to go even slower. Just have to see how that shakes out. It's going to be tight.
Yep. On how long this pit road is, I gotta assume under green. I mean, you're gonna go a lap down when you pit. And just now, Corey Crandall has passed Nate Fields and moved up to 6th place. 21 laps down. He has just gained a spot, staying in it. Shout out to the 35.
Nate on pit road for 9.5 minutes so far.
That car is still sitting there.
Indy 1 team working furiously trying to get that thing back on track. But Team Kellogg's
It's still idling too.
did get it repaired.
That car is still running. It's idling.
Wishbone is. Sounds like Nate Joseph Klein let someone go around him.
I think so, but there's nobody around him, so I don't know who he's talking to.
He has pets in the house. Maybe they're trying to pass him. T-Ben's 2.25 second lead.
Yeah, he's definitely stretched it out a little bit. Lap times are showing he's about a 10th faster than Jonathan. He's actually close. He just was 200 slower on the last lap, running his fastest lap. So the fuel load is lightning on that 33, and there he is with another 22.67 to a 6.1 is his best lap. So he is knocking on the door of having a lighter fuel load to put down some killer laps. But that just lets me know as we have Jonathan's got to be getting close. We're going to change this to laps. Stint length. We're going to show lap counts live on the screen. It's been 72 laps. That's right. That's not
Fitting.
right. Nope, there it
There
is.
he goes.
Jonathan Hammett comes over the radio and says, it's time to pit.
He's made it to 60 to go, or
Yep.
58 to go, so that will secure him the rest of the race.
Well, currently 59. 59 to go. He crosses the line. Yeah, 59. As long as that's enough to make it, he gets a full tank and they don't short him on the laps counter. Here comes Trevor by to lap him. There he goes. So that was a 9.38 second pit stop for Mr. Hambrick and the 60 team. We'll have to keep an eye on these last pit stops for these drivers and see how that works out.
And at 115, I think we can expect to see them 170 maybe.
Guess it depends on if you want to split it or if you want to hold it out as long as you can and hope for a yellow. mean, those are still
As long as-
possible.
As long as Trevor maintains this 22.6, that is a really good lap time.
Yeah.
That is pole speed.
That is currently just a tenth slower than the fastest lap of the race, still held by the 60 at a 22.49. Yeah, Trevor's on the side of the track basically all by himself right now. He's a straightaway ahead of Corey Covey. Corey's 6.8 seconds back, and it's growing. So, again, your thoughts about the 86 trying to save fuel could definitely be true, but I feel like if he was running a low enough map to try to make that extra 20 laps up, he'd be dropping even faster, I feel like. I don't know. The rest of these guys are still pushing pretty hard. Samuel Carter's running 23.29 his last lap, 23.3 this time. Joseph Klein's running 23.35s. I feel like Joseph Klein's saving fuel, you know, compared to Corey Covey, but Corey Covey has shown he's pretty good at it, so I don't know. It's hard to say.
We are coming up to 50 laps to go. A new faster lap by the 60, 22.47.
Good race.
Again.
60's
to
on
pit
pit
road. You said
lane,
good
and
race
then
over the radio.
97.
Not sure what happened to the 60 there.
I'll spool camera back and find out.
There doesn't seem to be any damage. I'm really confused at that. If he's calling it a race with 49 laps to go, I mean, Corey Crandall's going to back his way in if he stays on track to the top 5.
He got into it with Joseph Klein.
Did he really?
He and Joseph Klein made contact. They exit turn 2. They go down the back stretch. Joseph and Jonathan are side by side. 60 goes to the bottom, slides up, gets loose right in front of the 14. The 14 clips his wing. The 60 side pod is destroyed. He bounces off of the wall.
Wow, it didn't register any of that. What a bummer.
None of that came up.
All right, so that's going to put Jonathan Hambrick out of the race. Unless the crew can fix it. I don't think that's fixable. I think they call that damage that's not repairable. Comes to the side pods and such.
Yes.
Trevor Benz,
Still sits.
10.3 second lead over the 86 of Corey Covey. Right now, Corey Covey is 5 spots ahead of Nate Fields in the standings for this race. That is 5 points made up. Don't think he's getting the most laps led.
And
Don't
Corey
think he's
Crandall
getting the most
may
laps.
be on par for a 5th place
Yeah,
finish.
Yep, absolutely. That's exactly what it looks like. I was saying he's going to back his way in by staying on track and fixing his car, staying in the race and doing what he can. There's enough laps left where Corey can walk his way right into 5th place here. Trevor's definitely taking care of it a little bit, I guess. 22.78 though. Great lap time still. Corey Cody's running
He's full
23.0s.
throttle. I don't know Trevor to drive any other way.
No, he's definitely. I mean, just the corner exits. He's being extra cautious. He is he's not getting super close to the wall, because he was earlier. When he was fast up front, he was really pushing it. But he is
Caution's out.
Oh no, caution's
Caution.
out.
You're getting
Oh,
yourself up
two
in the
cars.
14 and 35.
Oh, that's going to do the 35 then. Go back and watch this.
That
14
may do
looks
the
underneath
third.
the 35. The 14 gets loose in turn 2 and comes right up, and the 35 has nowhere to go. Oh, the song and dance that we've seen so many times in this race. Turn 2.
Turn 2 strikes again.
And that's going to end the 35's race.
Innocent bystander, the 35.
That puts us with 2 cars on the lead lap.
Samuel Carter's in a row for a podium.
And
Newcomer
he is-
to the league.
And he is 2
First
laps
IndyCar
down.
race.
And I gotta assume if Trevor's got a set of tires, now's the time to take it.
Yeah, you have to pit now. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Give me tires, give me some extra fuel. Not a lot, but make sure I got enough to run this thing to the end full send. Because that 86 is not gonna stop. And the 97 is gonna get a lap back when we get the 1 to go here. He'll be 1
is
lap down in
flying.
P3.
Flying like the Blue Angels on his car.
This is unexpected, unheard of. 5 minutes required. Oh, Jonathan. Tough night, Bubba. Tough night. Heck of a charge, though. You really were working hard getting those laps back. Heck of a drive. All right, so now we know pit strategy is not going to matter now. We're going to turn that box off. We're going to throw the sponsors back up there. You shout out to, what's that, Butler? Realtor. Daniel, what's that, Butler? And
Your wheel
that's
estate.
right, your wheel estate agents. Making things happen in Florida. If you're needing a place, contact them.
I'm not ready, but I will be one day.
I know where I'm going when I'm retiring age. When I hit 55 and I can be in one of those homes that they're selling, I'm there. I'm there.
Just the 2 of us.
And we got some singing from Corey Kobe over the radio.
He's
Yes,
fired
sir.
up. He's going to fire up some 3 cheap products if he wins this race.
Just the 2 of you. Don't make it just the none of you, okay?
Have you ever?
We need cars to make it to the finish of this race. Please, please.
I've still got a fast spare.
Oh.
Fair
There's your
enough.
answer.
I see the 86
There's
has
your
got a fast
answer.
repair. Business is about to happen here. Watch it, boys. All right. We're about to restart. Good luck, y'all.
Green flag.
Restart. Trevor gets a good jump on the 86 here. 3 cars on track. We've got the 14 back out on track. He's going into turn 3 currently. Everybody else still on pit road. Side by
97
side,
making
the
a move
97.
underneath the 86.
He wants to get his other lap back. He's going to drive it
Game
like he
play.
stole it. Trevor Benz checking out to a bit of a lead here, though. He has had a fast car tonight. Right now, that lead is 0.8 of a second over Corey Kobe. And again, Trevor backing it down a little bit, entering, giving up time on the entrance to try to gain it on exit. He actually gives up a 0.5 there.
I was glad to have shown Trevor how to drive around this race before I exited, because he said he was following me around. So everything he's learned from me.
Now the 97 is staying a decent gap behind the 33, but on the straightaways, that toe he's given the 86, it's actually closed the gap under 0.7 of a second.
Work together.
Trevor is really manhandling that 3rd lane. Here's another car on track in front of him. It's the 60. He's back out on track. 15 laps down, 5th place. hopefully when they catch them and just get by them here.
The thing we like to preach here, courtesy.
Yep. Courtesy and kindness for these two cars that are battling on the lead lap for this win. And right now, Trevor Benz has gotten that draft from that 60 and pulled out to a 1 over a second lead now. Car's going to start getting a little tight behind the 60 here.
Hey, Jonathan, you're blinking a few times a lap. Can you pull down and get out of the way?
Trevor is not going to like this.
There he goes. The 60 drops down.
There we go.
Definitely,
yep,
definitely gave up a little bit. Definitely gave up a little bit. We went from over a second to 8/10. But now it's clear road for Trevor. Got a straightaway back of the 14. And right now the 14's running 22.6s. I mean, he's running fast laps. He got fixed. He's P4. He's 3 laps down. I don't see the 14 coming into play unless he has an issue. Trevor with a 22.64 that last lap. Back to a second. Trevor Benz really putting it to it here, trying to run the best 30 laps of his life right here. Coming to 29 to go this time by.
Hopefully this will be at least his second victory. I know he won Kentucky last season, I think. Did he win Chicagoland too? I'll have to check the record books.
Yep, I have to check the record books, record keeper. It's hard for me to remember. I know he's won one. I think it's 2. I think he's won another one. I can't remember where it was.
I know he won Kentucky.
Yeah, that was early.
Because he beat me.
Yep.
Let's see.
Ooh, 97 up into the wall, or got close to it, got loose, saved it. The 86 is going to get by on the outside, it looks like. So now
this will be his 3rd career win.
All right. 27.
He won Kentucky. I remember that one. He won Chicagoland. I was correct.
There you go. See, the record keeper has a good memory. Good job.
Use it while I got it.
That's right. And make notes along the way for when you forget it.
Yep.
And you done both. Oh, 97 into the wall again out of turn 2.
Just keep it straight, son. You got a 3rd place locked up. Crack the throttle just a hair. No need to overdrive this thing.
1.2 second gap between first and second.
25 laps to go.
Right along the gearbox of the 33 here, we can see that low line that 86 is running. He's a little bit of dust off of the wall there from the 33. Come on now. But that 86 is closing ground now. Trevor hit the wall, scraped it just a hair.
Big gain from Trevor there out of turn 2.
Running that high line, you lose on entrance, but you gain on exit. You just got to make sure you're gaining more on exit than you're losing on entry. And if you don't hit the wall, you normally will. Because that 86 really has to bind down and slow the car down, and Trevor drops lower in turn 2 there. Runs a little bit different exit. Great
and
gain.
Increases the gap.
Just don't put it too high. These IndyCars running your line and not overdriving it, making sure where your car is comfortable. The other car has to work around your dirty air, around that slipstream. They can use it on the straightaways to gain time, but they have to work around it in the corners, and it's hard. It's hard to do it. We've seen passing be a premium here. It's been really tough, and it's not going to get any easier when it comes to, you know, a few laps to go here. As Corey Covey has knocked it down to just above a second again, but then Trevor comes out of turn 2 and stretches it back out to 1.2. That was a quarter of a second change in that one corner. Totally different lines these guys are running. Checking in, the 97, still back there behind Corey Covey. Again, he's 1 lap down, but he's in 3rd. He has a 2-lap lead over Joseph Klein, who's in 4th. Joseph Klein's in 3 and 4 currently. Jonathan Hambrick is P5. He is 16 laps down currently as he just scraped the wall exiting turn 2 there. Flirting with it. And that lead is up to 1.5 seconds.
19 miles left.
And that 14 has kind of kept the gap about the same in front of the 33. Maybe the 33's gained a hair here and there, but again, that 14's running some exceptional laps all by himself, trying to, just ran a 23 flat. Trevor just crossed the line at 22.65. So now we're starting to see the transition where Trevor's starting to gain. I don't think the 14's going to come into play at all. 18 laps to go, coming to 17 this time by. Trevor's got that 1.5 second lead. Almost 1.8 now. It's climbing. I think Corey Covey, the problem with running the bottom, you're using those tires up so much more. Shorter way around the track, but that's a lot more wheel input. That's a lot more heat in those tires. It's less fuel though, but as long as these guys are managing their fuel gap and making sure their fuel numbers are good, we shouldn't see any issues since they got to pit under caution and kind of even that out. So see Trevor dropping it lower in turn 2, kind of risking it there. That corner's been trouble. If you can get a straighter off exit, I guess it helps, but if that car gets loose, ooh.
Yeah, if you run the high line too many times, the car does start to slide. So he may be feeling that the car is tightening up and hooking it low like that.
As long as he can get it to straighten, he should be okay. But now he's up to a 1.9 second gap. So what he's doing is working. I'm not on track today. I'm just a race fan. I just loved seeing these guys fight through adversity. So many different things happen to so many drivers. And
ran a smart race
and
so
we're down
far.
to 2 cars on the lead lap, battling within 2 seconds of each other for this race win. As we come around this time, it is the Eagle, 13 to go. The 60 comes back out on the track after a pit stop. He's in between the 14 and the 33 up here in front of the 33.
Mm-hmm.
2.3 second gap between first and second. This time by 10 laps to go for our leader Trevor Benz. Corey Covey in second, 2.4 seconds back. This race has been going on for an hour and 38 minutes. This back half has really helped catch up the race. That first hour with 80, 90 laps was just long and gruesome. And now it's smoothed out. We've had a lot of green flag racing. And Trevor Benz has brought the speed to this track. He's going to end up walking away with leading the most laps tonight, as Joseph Klein just runs the fastest lap of the race, a 22.46, to take a point away from somebody else that had that.
Joseph taking his frustration out on that Delara.
Yeah.
'97 has crashed.
Oh no.
Caution's out.
Caution is out.
No.
Really doing a great job, man.
This
We'll
is
keep
going to
working
be
on
a
this thing, Corey.
shootout
How you doing inside there?
with just a handful of laps left. Let's take a look. See what happened to the 97. Gets down in that lower lane in 1 and 2. Car comes right around and into the outside wall. Left front tire damaged, wing broken off. That bottom of turn 2 has claimed so many tonight, and in his first IndyCar IR18 race.
With a podium in sight, he has binned it.
That is going to put Joseph Klein into a podium spot. And that is going to put our front 2
nose to tail
for another restart with, what, 4 to go? 3 to go? There's no green-white checkers here in IndyCar.
And I would not pit. With as hard as it is to pass, you have the advantage being in clean air.
Unless you got a set of tires.
Even then, we've seen slower cars run faster.
The 86 passed the commitment cone and then came up.
Nate Fields did that earlier and did not get a penalty, I believe. So
Okay.
I don't think it's counting it here in IndyCar today.
Copy that. My nerves are racking here. I want these guys to make it to the end without carnage. We have extinguished ourselves to currently 4 cars on the track.
1/3 of the field remains.
Somebody's back there revving their engine really hard.
Yes, they are. It's got to be the 60. I can't see the others doing that.
No, it is the. It was not the 60.
Is it the 97 on pit road?
No, it was in this pack. When I changed cameras, it went past the 86 and 14. It was one of them. Now I'm riding along with them, and they're not doing it. I wonder if the 86 needed to dump some fuel.
Could be.
That would be my guess.
Trevor pushing the pace car. He's channeling his eagleness. Kyle Heath.
Mr. Carter, that was a heck of a drive for your first race, man. Turn 2 bit a lot of experienced drivers tonight, and you had a heck of a drive going. Great first start in the Indy cars. That was the well run race for you, sir.
Hopefully he'll decide to come back and do more.
Absolutely. All right, lights are off.
Out.
We're going to go green with 3 laps to go. If there's another caution, this race will end under caution.
Don't be the caution. And don't pass the pace car early.
33's just got to wait. Pace car's down. There he goes.
Got him.
Got the jump that he needed. 3 laps to go. Here we go. 86 dives it in there. Doesn't gain or lose much there. Losing just a little bit down the backstretch. Going to try to dive it in hard again on Trevor. Almost gets there that time. It's so hard. Getting there and passing are 2 totally different things. Trevor is gaining. He's up to 3/10 at the line. 86 dives it down there again.
That's going to cost him.
Oh, he got tight. He got tight. Oh, looks like the 14 and the 60 both scrubbed the wall there too. So now we're at a half a second. He's gone to choose the high line the 86 has, trying to carry momentum off corner exit. White flag is out for Trevor Benz. 1 more lap. Gotta get
86
through
in it.
turn
That's
2.
going to cost him again.
Yep. Just got to get through 3 and 4 now. He hasn't had an issue with
tenths.
3 and 4 at all. Coming through turn 3
Good one, Trevor.
and out of turn 4, Trevor Benz is going to win at New Hampshire in the IndyCar Series. Win number 3 for him in his career. Great job.
Thank you, thank you.
Congrats to Trevor, Corey Covey, Joseph Klein, who's going to be our top 3 tonight. Samuel Carter's going to get
Good
P4.
ship.
Jonathan Hambrick, P5. Congratulations, guys. Heck of a race. Top 3. More than welcome to come into the waiting room in the Discord for your interviews. Mr. Benz, Mr. Covey, Mr. Klein. Mr. Benz, go ahead and do some burnouts first. Take your time.
Yes, sir. It's about time. Woo-hoo-hoo!
Heck of a race. Really was. It was craziness in the beginning. Oh, and he...
There goes the nose.
Tear it up. It's all right. Just heck of a drive by all these drivers, really.
At least he's got enough fuel to do a burnout. Must be nice.
Burning it down. Congratulations again, Trevor Benz, on winning tonight's race. Heck of a job. Heck of a job.
I told him everything.
Attaboy.
GG, Trevor. GG.
Well,
Sit into the inside
Yeah.
wall.
yeah, just beat it up now. You got your burnout in. You can do whatever you want now. He's already jumped down to the waiting room too, but we're gonna wait for third and second. Joseph Klein should be one we see here in just a moment. Uh-oh. What did it do? What did it do? There we go. We're just going to fast forward a little bit here. And then we'll put it in slow-mo. There we go. Mr. Joseph Klein is in the waiting room. Let's get him pulled in here. Mr. Klein, it's Jason and Edwin in the booth. You got a copy?
Sure do.
All right, man. Congratulations. P3 tonight. I know definitely a lot of carnage in tonight's race, but survival of the fittest and some bad luck by the 97 there in the end gets you a podium tonight. So tell us about your night. What was the most difficult thing about New Hampshire for you tonight?
Getting in a rhythm and just confidence in the slip angle, really. Once I got it dialed in, I was able to get just enough slide out of it without burning up the rears, and figuring out what grooves the new skin. Well, I never ran New Hampshire on the old skin, but new skin, I mean, the difference in angle between the grooves is rough. And I figured it out the hard way twice.
Yeah, that's something I didn't even think about, is that, the change from the last time we were here. It is a different beast all on its own. So you fought through some adversity. You were able to keep your car where it could be repaired and put in one piece. You even double checking just to make sure nothing changed. But yeah, you got fastest lap of the race by 100th over the 60 and 200ths over the 86 with a 22.46 there at the end. It was like one of the final laps of the race.
Yeah.
That car was fast when it was low on fuel.
I was just trying to catch up to Trevor and got into a little entanglement on accident. Who was it? Crandall?
Oh yeah, Corey. Yeah, Corey. When you spun out, and two, and Yeah, that happened to multiple drivers tonight where somebody spun into and the car high had nowhere to go. I remember that happened early in the race. Mark got caught up, I think it was, or Mark spun and somebody else got caught up in it.
I was right there with Trevor and Corey, and pretty much the same thing happened. The car just snapped on me, and I saved it, and then it snapped again, and then I saved it like 3 times in
Yes,
one corner.
I remember seeing that when you came out of two that one time. You were the first person to save it coming out of two.
I'm like drenched in sweat from that incident alone, that I did not want to burn up my fast flare. But that put me like 8 seconds back, and then yeah, I was just messing with a bunch of settings, weight jacker. For over half the season, I've been opposite on my weight jacker, but I finally figured it out. Plus is loose, minus is tighter. So,
Okay.
or at least from what I've figured out.
Gotcha. Yep. Well, you've done a heck of a job. You've been running really well week in, week out. The flat tracks seem to work better for you. We were talking about it earlier in the race. Every flat track we're at, you seem to be right up at the front. I mean, you won Indy, which is basically a flat track, a little bit of banking, but it's flat. You were fast at the Milwaukee Mile, and here you were fast. You were quick, and you're getting it figured out. I'm excited for you as we continue with the series and get things rolling.
Me too. It's been a lot of fun. Just want to give a shout out to all you guys. Yeah, I know I said last week I hate flat tracks, but I can't say that I love them, but I'm not too bad at them. I'll say
Right.
that.
They seem to be working out good for you. So, good job on surviving and making it through the carnage of what was 200 laps at New Hampshire that took an hour and 45 minutes to run. A lot of
Oh man,
cautions, a lot of
dropping like
craziness.
flies.
Next week we wrap the season up at Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, excited for that one.
And I feel like that'll be a really fun race. I can't wait to be back in the car one more time to wrap up the season and get to race with you guys in these cars. They're so much fun at a track like that. It's gonna be super fast, super wild. And
Will it be nighttime?
it will be.
Oh yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, nighttime. It's the only way to run Vegas. You run Vegas through the day, your scheduling as a series administrator is terrible. I just say that out loud. I will not. I love Las Vegas at night. When we have these tracks that have lights and can be run at night, I don't mind a little sunset, but middle of the day stuff. Whoa. Give me some nights.
Yeah, no.
Give me some night light. Let these cars shine. Have a good time.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun. So congratulations again, Joseph. We appreciate you being a part of FGR and racing in this series, and we'll see you next week at Las Vegas. Okay, buddy?
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'll let you get to Corey and the race winner, Mr. Benz.
All right, man. You have a good night.
All right, you too.
All right, that was P3, Joseph Klein. We're going to jump in here and get Corey Kobe. Let's move him up here. Corey, it's Jason and Edwin in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Crazy race. Everybody having issues, and there at the end you let us know I still got a fast repair. So heck of a job avoiding all the troubles that came through this race and making it to the end with a P2. Anything you could have done different to get that P1 tonight?
I just needed a little bit more speed. I think whoever was up front like that, I had the lead for a little while, like the first quarter of the race, and that was the fastest my car was the whole race. So Trevor just did a good job at keeping up front, and I think he just had a few of those little adjustments to give him a little bit of an edge. I just felt like I was kind of tight that last round. I don't know if I was just pushing harder or what, but he just was a little bit faster. But yeah, just if you haven't noticed throughout this whole season, my style is just kind of be clean and quiet and get there at the end, and this completely paid off. This was crazy, the attrition in this race. I didn't think it'd be that crazy, but yeah, just not fast, just not as fast as him.
Right, and heck of a drive. I mean, when you have carnage like this, big field, small field, it doesn't matter. I mean, it comes into play that if you can take it easy, take care of your car, make sure you can see the finish where so many drivers don't. And we're closing on the end of a season. Now you started the race 16 points back and the championship lead. By my count, you just gain 5 points.
I mean, it's going to be almost impossible.
Yeah, it feels like it's going to be super tough unless we have a field of 25 show up to Las Vegas and have just craziness happen again and it fall in your favor. I feel like it's going to be tough to make up that many points because he led some laps, you led some laps. I'm pretty certain Trevor led the most laps, and Joseph walked away with the fastest lap there at the end.
Yeah, I held that for a few laps. I had the fastest lap, and I was trying to do everything I could. When I had the lead earlier on, I was going to try and keep that going as long as I could too, but the cautions just kind of kept changing how things were going. So I was working on getting all those bonus points. I did everything I totally could to make next week possible, but I'll just have to do the same thing next week and hope for something crazy.
Absolutely, and there's nothing wrong with that with the season you've had. You've shown it week in and week out. Make it to the end, stay out of trouble, and you have a chance. You have a chance to battle for a championship next week at Las Vegas. So sometimes that's all you can ask for as a race car driver. Give me a chance, see where it folds, and do what you can. Right? You can only control what you can control. This season has been ups and downs for a lot of drivers, but overall it's kind of been that flow of Nate, you, and Sheridan 1, 2, 3 for a while. And Sheridan having issues earlier kind of pulls him away from being as close to you in points. You make a bigger gap on him pulling away from third than you did making up on first, but that kind of at least gives you a little bit of window where you can still come to the track next week, put on a heck of a show, try to get that fast lap, try to lead most laps, get those bonus points, and then not have to worry about falling back. I guess you can still be in attack mode somewhat. Is that kind of what maybe the mindset will have to be, or is it just same old, just make it to the end?
Well, I mean, I think same old. I mean, I have speed. You can't say I'm fast as well, but I definitely am smart before I'm fast. That's my style. But I feel like in this scenario, I think I'll know right away when I see how many cars qualify. I think that will tell me everything I need to know. Nate's a great driver. He's obviously the points leader for a reason. So it's going to take a lot for him to screw up. Even with all the attrition tonight, he screwed up later than a lot of the other guys, so he didn't lose as much. But I think the best mindset will be it's his to lose and mine to gain. So I'm proud of the effort I put in. Like I missed that Iowa race. I know coulda, woulda, shoulda, but I think that's going to haunt me this season. As what would have happened if I scored points in that race, but I didn't. But regardless, I made it a mission to move up the points as fast as I could, or as far as I could, and to get within maybe a race of getting the championship. I can't be upset with that.
Yep, absolutely, I agree. Well, we will see you next week at Las Vegas. We'll see what happens live here on First Gear Network, and again, congratulations on your second place tonight. Great race, heck of a drive. Give you a moment if you want to give any shout outs or anybody you want to thank.
Just like always, I'm grateful that I've been able to do these many interviews this season. It's been a dream season, so I'm just grateful to find this league, and I'm having fun with the competitors and racing Sheridan and having fun with my teammates. We worked really well together tonight. So shout out to the competitors, shout out to the league owners, shout out to the broadcast, and this is going to definitely be a memorable season, and I'll give it everything I got next week.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate you. We'll see you next week in Las Vegas, okay?
All right, can't wait. Take it easy.
All right, have a good night.
Later.
All right, now, time for the man of the hour, Trevor Benz. Let's get him up here. I bet he's going to be loud. Trevor Benz, it's Jason and Edwin in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I got a copy.
There he is. What's up, Mr. Benz? Heck of a drive tonight. Heck of a drive.
Man, it was stressful.
Tell me about your night. You start up front. You leading laps early. You spin out. Where do you reset, or how do you get to where it's like Trevor's not going to do this again? You know what I mean? You had a couple spins, but after that you locked it in, and you really stayed out of your own troubles, and I mean, we still had a lot of race to go after your second spin, and still be able to drive and make it to the end, and have the fastest car at the end of this race, where again, clean air is important, and you managed that perfectly. Tell us about that.
Yeah, when I first spun out for the first time, it was like, wow, okay, time to go, drive through the field, see what I can do. I just kept playing with the weight jacker, and I just couldn't figure it out in the beginning of the race. That's why I kept spinning out, no matter if I was scared to press the gas in the middle of the corners. But once I got the number that I wanted to, it stuck, and I just paced myself, wanted to stay out of trouble, because one of those spins I took out my wing, and then I was trying to look at the broadcast again to see how much damage I had, and then I hit the wall. So I was like, yeah, let me just go ahead and use my fast repair. And then after that, the scariest thing of the night out of all those spins was when I think the teammates got together, and I slammed on my brakes to avoid Jonathan, because if I didn't, I wouldn't be.
You were done. Yeah, you were
I,
done if you
I
didn't
was
lock it
done.
up, but then you were done if you didn't let off the brakes when you did, because you were sliding
Yeah,
for the wall and you let off in time. That was really good driving to avoid heavy damage in that wreck.
yeah, it definitely was. Sometimes I surprise myself for some of the stuff I do, and that was one of those to where I was like, "Oh wow, okay, well I made it through that. Let's take a breath and regroup and keep going."
Well, you did a heck of a job. I'm pretty certain, I don't have the numbers in front of me right at the moment, but I'm pretty certain you led the most laps. You showed speed throughout the race, and even with the troubles that you had there at the end with the restarts, even that last one with 3 laps to go, you were hitting your marks, you were getting good restarts, and you were running that, third, fourth, middle line. You were really making that higher line work and getting the car to rotate, and you would gain so much time down the straightaways. It was, there was a couple times where you got close to the wall, and it's like, okay, Trevor, maybe just back it down just a hair, but you really stayed true to it and stuck with that line for most of the night. Was there any, other than the weight jacker, was there any other spot other than turn two that felt like it was troublesome to you, or did it feel like once you got that weight jacker figured out, was the track more, were you more in control of the car throughout the whole track itself?
I mean, yes and no, because in turn 3 and 4, you have to let the car rotate. But if you try to get on the gas while it's rotating too quick or too heavy on the throttle, it's just going to keep rotating and spin out. So, turn three, middle of 3 and 4 were Tetris at times. It's just very slick, flat tracks. You don't have banking to, depend on it, and you just slip and you just slide. You can't gain it back. So you got to be real careful. But I would definitely say, to answer your question, middle of turn 3 was
Okay.
the second Tetris spot.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Okay. Well, that's good, man. I'm gonna let Edwin, if he's still in here. Have you got any questions for Trevor you want to ask away?
Yeah, you were smart, Trevor. You didn't follow me up around the 60. You used your head there.
Yeah. When the first time he got in front of me, he blinked like three or four times, and it scared me. I'm like, oh man, here we go. I just wanna have good luck, because this past weekend the 500 didn't go good for me. Well, it went good, but I just didn't get the finish I wanted. The Saturday race, I messed it up for myself, and to come out and win today, it felt good to get back in victory lane and get.
Well,
But a shout out to you, Edwin, for keeping me calm during them spins, because all you kept saying is just stay calm, get back to it.
I told Jason during the broadcast, I said, I taught him everything he knows now. He followed me around until I crashed.
Yeah, there was one point in time when I was behind Edwin in the race. I was like, Edwin, when I couldn't figure it out, I was like, Edwin, I'm trying to figure it out. And he hits the wall, and I hit the wall right behind him. I'm like, well, I can't learn that way. I'm like, okay.
that'll happen.
Yeah,
That'll happen.
You did good, man. You did real
Well,
good. Proud of you.
I don't know if you could hear us in the broadcast while you're racing or not, but it was the stat man pulled up. Do you know how many IndyCars wins this makes for you in your career?
I am going to say this would make I'm gonna say 4.
You're close. This is number 3. You had your Kentucky and Chicagoland were the 2 tracks you've won at already in the IndyCar
Okay.
series, and now you get to add New Hampshire to that list, good
Yep.
sir.
Yes, sir. I like flat track.
You showed speed. You were leading. Hey, you were leading at the last flat track, okay? And you got distracted.
Yeah.
So
Yep, I did.
you've been fast, and it's been fun to watch your growth with the IndyCar, coming from really not making a lot of laps with it in the first season, trying to figure it out, trying to home it down, understand the weight jacker, understand how everything works. This was a fun race to watch you, go through some troubles early, figure out the car, figure out, following Edwin, finding what's working, using the drivers around you to help understand where the car works the best, and then mastering it at the end to make sure that you didn't have another slip up. So hell of a drive, Trevor. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It was fun to put on a show, and I'm glad you had fun watching it and calling it tonight. Can't wait to
Always, man.
rewatch it.
You guys keep me entertained every time I'm in the booth. It's always fun to watch the races. Even when we were down to just a couple cars in the lead lap here, I was like, it's still going to be fun. It's racing. It doesn't matter how many cars are on track. Just get some racing. So I'm just glad that we didn't have 0 cars on the track. That would have been a disaster. And I thank those of you that made it to the end.
Yeah, not 2 cautions before when me and Joseph were racing side by side for numerous laps. That was really fun. I can't wait to go watch that again.
Well, heck yeah, man. Congratulations. I'm going to give you the floor for a second. Any shout outs, any thanks you want to give out to anybody?
Yeah, shout out to my girlfriend. Shout out to my brother. I told him since he's been here, I'm gonna get a win for him, and I finally got it on one of the league nights. So did that. Shout out to y'all for broadcasting and putting on a heck of a show every week. And shout out to my family and everybody that watches. Can't do without everybody that puts in for this stuff. So
Absolutely, man. We appreciate everybody's support. This has been a small thing turned big, and again, we're just past our 1-year anniversary, and look where we've been, look where we are now. And you've been a big part of that through and through, and running these series and all these different cars, and then coming up and creating your own series to run here. We're just 3 weeks away from Friday Night Thunder next gen series, and I'm just proud of the person I met, just a couple of years ago, to the person that you are, race car driver you are, all around. This was a feel-good win, and nice seeing that gold and black FGR car get the checkered flag tonight.
yeah, that's my team right there, FGR. I'm always represent them, and I learned from you, Edwin, Kyle. I learned from a lot of people in the league. Patience is a big thing that I do not have, and iRacing is making me learn some patience for sure. And can't do without y'all for sure.
Well, we appreciate you, man, and now you got to get back to work on that oval license so you can get to racing some Daytona races in that next gen Daytona 500. Okay?
Yep, you know it. Thank you.
All right, man. Well, we'll catch up with you here in a bit. Again, congratulations on the win, Trevor.
Yes, sir. Thank you again.
All right, that was Trevor Benz, big winner tonight with the 33. Heck of a drive, heck of a race, lot of carnage. We even got Edwins to spoil us with the booth before halfway, which is never good, but we thank you for coming in and joining in the booth and hanging out with me. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
So IndyCar Series, this is it. We got one more race for Season 2 next week, Las Vegas, championship on the line. A little bit bigger window than what Corey says he thinks it can happen, but we'll see what kind of field shows up next week, and we'll see what happens. I'll be on track. Edwin will be in the booth, and we're going to bring you a season finale like none other in the IndyCar Series. Thanks to everybody for your support. As usual, we appreciate all of you. We will be back live Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, roughly 8:15 Eastern or whenever. I'll be back on live with the GT3 series as we go to brain fart. I'm supposed to know
VIR.
VIR, that's right. We go to VIR this Wednesday in the GT3 series. So we'll see you here in a couple nights. Appreciate all of you. Please remember, like, share, subscribe, get it out there. We're growing. We're trying to make something happen, and we appreciate all of you that are a part of this network, this league, all of these series. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, we will see you Wednesday night. Thank you again.
Yeah.